Now look, I told you guys that this was a development story, and this development is not a surprise to me because I kind of drew this conclusion a long time ago. Yes, folks, it's the WC with World Championship breaking news development story with this Jonathan Martin and the harassment, bullying story that's been going on for a few months now. We already knew about Richie Incognito being directly involved in this whole situation, but this development puts a couple of more players, a couple of more of his teammates into it. And like I said, this is not completely shocking to me, but when you really think about it, with all the developments that's been going on with new players or new type of players coming into the NFL, you'll see why I feel as though this might be a bigger, way bigger story than what people will probably think it is, or it's a unique story. But I'll get to that later in the video. But for right now, Tim Wells' investigation has basically come to a halt, and this is according to ESPN.com. The link will be down in the description. It says, quote, NFL investigator Tim Wells' report on the Miami Dolphins bullying scandal concluded that Richie Incognito, John Jerry, and Mike Pouncey engaged in a pattern of harassment directed not only towards Jonathan Martin, but young Dolphins offensive lineman and assistant trainer. Alright. So, Jonathan Martin was the only one that was getting bullied on that team. And like I said, some people will sit there and they'll say, look, you 300 something pounds, you big, bad, and nasty. How can you get bullied? Alright. Bullying, is something that it's just not a game, man. I mean, I'm trying to let people know that this is just something that strikes us all at one time or point in our lives. I mean, I don't think that there's anybody that's watching this video that has not been bullied in some type of way. Teased, or, teasing is a type of bullying. I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, like I said, you can look at Jonathan Martin and be like, man, how can somebody as big as you are be bullied? But, there was another offensive lineman that was being bullied and a trainer that was being bullied the same way. So, this whole situation right here is just out of control. And, there was allegations that Jonathan Martin used abuse as a cover-up to leave the team. Now, I'm sitting over here thinking in the back of my brain, like, okay, how many millions of dollars are you making per year? You know what I'm saying? Playing for the Miami Dolphins, they're paying you that much money, and then you just going to walk away from that, you know what I'm saying, for just no apparent reason? I mean, come on now. Just think about that. Doesn't really make too much sense why he would just make up, allegations of harassment. That, when I heard that, I was like, I don't think that this guy, is that, Bahama Mama drinking type of guy where it's just like, I'm just going to kick up my feet and just take it easy just because I want to take it easy. Now, I think that he had a legitimate reason and being bullied and harassed, by people that you're supposed to be riding with, man. I mean, people that you're supposed to be riding with is harassing you. And everybody, look, you can relate this situation to any kind of, office or any kind of work environment. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of women out there that get harassed on the daily working in the office environment. I mean, dudes do too. Dudes get harassed. They, dudes get hit on by women and in other situations and stuff. It's something that is common in the workplace. You just can't act like something like that doesn't happen. And it clearly does. Now, with the development story, another development story about Michael Sam being, a gay NFL player coming into the league, and Jonathan Martin, looking at Jonathan Martin and the amount of harassment that he's taken on, I don't like. I'm thinking that, whatever Jonathan Martin got, all right, Michael Sam's probably going to get times 2, times 3. All right, and that's just the reality of the situation. You can watch this video and not like what I'm saying. All right, that's great. I don't want you to agree with everything I'm saying about this story. All right, but I just want you to know that it's in every single locker room. All right, and this guy coming into the league and him being gay and all this other stuff, that stuff in a locker room environment. Like I said, if you ever been an athlete at all, You know you're gonna get teased. You know you're gonna get picked on. You could be the star player of the team. It doesn't matter how good you are. People on the team is gonna talk trash about you. They're gonna pick at you. They're gonna tease you. You know, bullying is kind of a part of sports. I mean, that's just the way it is. I could say that bold statement right now, but it shouldn't get to the level in which, you know, a Jonathan Martin, Richie Incognito, and John Jerry and Mike Pouncey situation. It shouldn't, you know, trickle down like that. It shouldn't get to that level, to the point where somebody's like, look, I can't take this no more. I got to leave. And like I said, you know, I think that Jonathan Martin was in the right for just leaving the team. You know what I'm saying? At the end of this investigation, hopefully I'll have to do another video on it. You know, but at the end of this investigation, at its core, you just have to look at this whole situation and say, if Jonathan Martin didn't leave the team, what would have happened next? Would this guy have just went AWOL? Would he would have just I mean, he did go AWOL basically. He just left. But would he have just went bonkers? Would he have went just nuts and just came through with a Uzi and just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, you know, you can't take that out of the realm of possibility in a situation. So I think that him walking away from that situation is probably the best thing for him. And, you know, if the NFL doesn't want something like this to happen again, you know, especially with Michael Sam, guys like Michael Sam in the league right now, you know, coming into the league, you know, they have to calm this down, because sooner or later somebody's going to get straight up shot in the locker room, and that's just going to be a lot, you know, it's just going to be a tragedy. So let me know what you guys think down below. This development in this story. All right. John Jerry and Mike Pouncey joining along with Richie Incognito to harass not only Jonathan Martin, but another young offensive lineman and a trainer. So I mean, they were basically on a reign of terror for all I'm concerned. But anyway, man, it's the WC. Y'all hear the music cutting me off. Let me know how y'all feel down below. And I'll see you guys next time.